Hello and welcome to BOI Weekly. I'm Kayode Alayande. Following several weeks of careful deliberation and negotiation, the Bank of Industry and the Nigerian Local Content Development and Monitoring Board, NCDMB, have signed a memorandum of understanding on how to jointly execute a project called the Nigerian Content Intervention Fund. One of the interests or mandates of the Bank of Industry is to fund and support community-based industrialization so as to transform Nigeria's industrial sector. This aligns perfectly with some of the core responsibilities of NCDMB, which include increasing indigenous participation in the oil and gas industry and building local capacity and competencies. This project, the Nigerian Content Intervention Fund, is not just strategic to both organizations' goals. It's expected to have a great developmental impact on inclusive growth in core sectors of the Nigerian economy. Also on this edition, members of the National Youth Service Corps, whose business plans scaled through the viability tests and screening administered by the Bank of Industry under the Graduate Entrepreneurship Fund (GEF) scheme, have received checks to pursue their businesses. For the successful Youth Corps members, it was a dream come true. Stay close for all the details.
In the agricultural sector, due to limited processing and preservation capacity. This results in high food prices and food importation, with its attendant effects on the nation's foreign reserves. To enable Nigerians optimize the benefits from the country's vast agricultural products such as cassava, oil palm, rice, tomatoes, and others, the Bank of Industry has launched a 5 billion naira cottage agro-processing fund, the CAP Fund. Customers can access the fund to establish plans to process our various agro-produce into food products or intermediate raw materials for industries at a single-digit interest rate of 9% per annum. For more information on the CAP Fund, please visit www.boinigeria.com/capfund. Bank of Industry, developing Nigeria's agro-processing industry through the CAP Fund.
The acting MD CEO of the Bank of Industry, Mr. Wahid Olagunju, welcomes his guests from the Nigerian Local Content Development and Monitoring Board, NCDMB, and other stakeholders present. He starts by explaining the basis for the partnership and expresses confidence that the Nigerian Content Intervention Fund will see a trickling down of the benefits of development finance, as well as deepen capacity in driving commodity-based industrialization, especially in the oil and gas sector.
We're glad that this collaboration is taking place. We know that a lot of enterprises will be promoted. They will have a developmental impact, and this will include job creation. I was having a chat with my colleague, the acting CEO of the board, and we're talking about capacity building. The requirements include welders, electricians, plumbers, tilers. We need to build the capacity of Nigerians so that they can take up jobs, right, in these areas. We need to build up their skills. And that was why the Bank of Industry collaborated with the National Board for Technical Education on promoting the vocational skills competition. We're trying to revive the value of vocational skills in Nigeria because there are a lot of jobs. It's just that we have a lot of youths who don't have skills. They are unemployable. That's why at times I say that the unemployment in Nigeria is artificial, because if we do the right thing, there are jobs for those who are willing to work. Many industrial complexes have been put up today in Nigeria, and the entrepreneurs have to import skilled workers from outside Nigeria.
After the acting MD's speech, the BOI Regional Manager South and Project Driver for BOI, Mr. Balarabe Hassan, in his presentation states the fund's objectives and how much is involved.
The startup fund shall consist of 100 million United States dollars, or the Naira equivalent as provided by NCDMB. Objective of the fund shall be used to finance existing and intended manufacturers and other original equipment manufacturers in the Nigerian oil and gas industry. 2, procure fixed assets, machinery and accessory equipment, provide working capital, initial stocks or increase in stocks of raw materials, spare parts and components, and lease industrial and business equipment. Features of the fund is very concessionary. Single digit of 8% all in all per annum. Then it has a tenure of 1 to 10 years and a moratorium maximum of 12 months from the date of loan disbursement. Maximum single obligor limit of $10 million or the equivalent thereof. Of course, we guarantee speedy processing of the request. Then what is the responsibility of our bank as the custodian of this fund? BOI shall have the responsibility of appraising, disbursing, implementing, and monitoring the projects as well as recovering the loan and interest from the approved projects, execution of projects, reports and returns, accounting and audit, inspection, security of the funds and insurance, the utilization of the loan. We'll make sure that it is deployed to the purpose intended.
In his own speech, the Acting Executive Secretary, Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, Mr. Patrick Oba, says the Nigerian Content Intervention Fund, to be managed by the Bank of Industry, will help create more jobs and close finance gaps in the economy. He also reaffirms NCDMB's commitments to supporting investors in the oil and gas sector.
The MOU between our two agencies, that's the NCDMB and the Bank of Industry, reflect the strong determination of BOI and NCDMB to lead the process of our industrialization by closing the gap of financing of projects that have high prospects of creating employment, retaining revenue in country, and adding value to our economy. At this point, I must pay special tribute to the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Dr. Emmanuel Ibe Kachiku, for approving the revised NCDF operating model and placement of funds with BOI. In the first instance, $100 million or its equivalent will be injected into the Nigerian Content Intervention Fund to be managed by the BOI. The NCI fund brings an array of benefits, including unlending to beneficiaries at an interest rate of 8% for a long tenure period of 10 years and single obligor limit of $10 million and varied application, including manufacturing, asset ownership, and the likes, which BOI will process for us to finally endorse. And let me quickly mention that transactions that were already consummated under the partial guarantee agreement will not be terminated but managed to final settlement.
Some of the stakeholders at the forum are excited about the initiative, but they believe NCDMB can and should do more.
What Nigerian Content Board have started, I congratulate you, sir, but it's not enough. 100 million is small money in our industry. I want to ask you in this forum now, bring out $600 million. Your partnership with Bank of Industry. Let's set up the biggest shipping yard in Nigeria. Place that will have the nice draft that can handle this, lease and operate to a great organization outside with objective to build all FPSOs, to build all drift ships, have a 10-year plan to have Nigerian content up to 75%. It's achievable.
BOI has been very instrumental to industrialization in Nigeria in general. In my own private personal business, we've been involved with BOI since the 1970s, and we've taken 6 loans and repaid them. Way back about 6-7 years ago, I had discussed with BOI the issue of the fund and why doesn't it come to BOI. There was some initiative from BOI at that time. I think a lot has transpired. A lot of people have gotten involved, and I congratulate this initiative because it's the only way that we can actually safeguard this fund and disperse the money properly.
The moment we've been waiting for, the signing of MOU of the Nigerian Content Intervention Fund.
At the end of the day, the Memorandum of Understanding on the Nigerian Content Development Fund is signed between the fund managers, the Bank of Industry, and the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, NCDMB.
Have you ever imagined a time when you could apply for and get a loan from the comfort of your bedroom? Or prayed that the processing time was shorter? Well, it is now a reality with the fast and swift Bank of Industry real-time online loan application initiative. The BOI online loan application portal is designed to deliver access and convenience to prospecting SME customers by ensuring that applicants need not have to physically visit the bank. Applicants simply have to submit all necessary documents via the online portal with the liberty to select their preferred BOI state office wherein their applications will be processed. How it works? Simply search keyword Bank of Industry and download our mobile app from Play Store for Android users, BlackBerry App World for BlackBerry users, and Apple Store for iPhone users. Click on the Apply button. Click on Register to register your account. A verification link and tracking code will be sent to your registered email address. Click on the verification link to facilitate login. Once logged in, you can complete your application, submit, and click on Continue to start tracking your loan application. An email will be sent to your email address confirming receipt of the application. With this initiative, BOI has reduced its loan application and processing turnaround time. Start applying for your loan right away. Bank of Industry, transforming Nigeria's industrial sector.